like they didn't like Kamala that much, so there wasn't enough of them that showed up. That's only in some places. That's the only reason why Trump won some of these states. So they're going to probably show up in big numbers tomorrow, and that's going to make a difference. So we'll see. We'll see if if enough Democrats have awakened. I know a lot of these states people have moved from Democrat to Republican. Will it be enough? We'll see. It's a big day tomorrow. Very, very monumental big day tomorrow. So President Trump said recently that he's trained there. He's got the badasses, SEAL Team 6 guys and Delta guys and all of the. It'll be very interesting. We have New Jersey, Virginia. So hello, everyone. It's Michael Jacob with Unleashing Intuition Secrets. So tomorrow will be a very important day to see who wins all of these different races. Election results will be watched closely to see if the Democrats are slaughtered or if they're, maintain a little bit of power, or if they just, against all odds, beat everybody, right? So it'll be very interesting. We have New Jersey, Virginia, several other states, of course, New York. I've said, and many other people said, that if Mamdani wins New York, which I believe he will be, then people are going to be leaving New York in droves, and no one will go there. So we're going to see, the Democrats haven't learned. They're still in the Trump derangement syndrome for some reason, and they're going to destroy themselves. And I guess that's just what this consciousness ascension process that we're going through. Nicholas Veniamin and I had a very interesting show earlier, and we talked about that. It's almost like a splitting of these different paradigms. You have people that are low frequency that are going to vote for Mamdani, and that's going to destroy New York if that happens, which is looking like it will. Will the same thing happen in Virginia? Will it happen in New Jersey with the two governors? We'll see. So in California, they're going to be voting on, I think, Proposition 10, which will give them the ability to redistrict and take out more Republican seats. California is already ridiculously Democrat, and they're going to make it even more Democrat. Haven't enough people left, California yet. I guess it'll be the same situation. People are just going to leave California, disregard, won't visit, won't buy products from these different states. If you live in those states, I feel for you. You could do what Oregon's doing and, have counties that have voted to basically secede from Oregon and join Idaho. So that could happen, I guess, throughout California. I think maybe Northern California can join in to the different counties that are seceding and joining Idaho. So we may see that blue states basically get smaller and red states get bigger, and then a complete ostracization of these different cities. We've talked about this in 30, maybe 135 at the most. So I think this is going to it's going to be a pullback, and then it's going to take off again. And that'll be all she wrote, right? It's going to go up, and then we're going to see 1929 crash. I've been saying this for a while, but these things take time. Should have been back in 2022, but there was a lot of manipulation. Will they be able to manipulate it up again? I doubt it, because everything's collapsing. There's nothing going to support it. Housing's collapsing. Businesses are collapsing. People are losing their jobs on a massive level. They're keeping it all pretty low key, but it is a bloodbath out there. And of course, we have bloodbaths in countries all over the world. All right. And so it's like everything disintegrates. So we've been saying, consciousness When it goes through these levels of raising again, all of the old stuff collapses, and that usually brings violence. Violence, in the earth. The earth becomes, violent because it's basically growing and changing its consciousness as well, and then that affects all the people with low consciousness. Because we saw a lot of that over the last several days, Halloween and so forth. We had lots of violence all over the United States and in England, and also in excuse me, some of these countries, Sudan and some other places, Nigeria, I think. So and down in Rio de Janeiro. So there's violence everywhere, right? So the sun, shooting electrical energy at us, which there's a big coronal hole coming in to affect us again. Every 28 days it comes around. Every 28 days we have massive earthquakes kick off. So as it's coming in right now, we're having more earthquakes. We just had a big one in Afghanistan. I think there was another one that went off on in Russia, on the Kamchatka Peninsula. We're probably going to see something major. Now, again, I still believe there's going to be a massive earthquake off the Oregon coast and tsunami from that. So just be ready. If you feel it, you better be on high ground, right? So everybody on the low ground goes bye-bye, right? So it's a consciousness thing, consciousness shift. Are you ready to shift, or are you still low vibration, right? We'll see. I don't know. 11 cities by last night, Sunday, have had shootings and stabbings in the USA. That's correct, Robin. Thank you for sharing that. And I shared that earlier. So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's way too many. And so something crazy is going on. It's the energies of the earth. Okay, you look at behind me and you got this beautiful landscape. It's beautiful energy. But there's a fault line that goes right down the middle of that lake, and it'll slosh that water, and all the houses around it will go bye-bye. Right? So those of us who are on the hillsides, who knows? Maybe we'll fall into the lake too. I don't think so, but maybe. Who knows? All right, so you have to be ready to, navigate to somewhere else if you have to. I'm pretty flexible at this point, and that's amazing. Grace Johnson has 30 ferrets in her house. Thank you, Body Release Tomlinson. That's good to know. All right, so random stuff. All right, so we get the random stuff in the chat. I like it. It's fun. And that probably was some kind of conversation that made sense. But when you come in from a different angle, it's like, what are you talking about? All right, let me look at my X. I put some stuff over my X. Michael Jaco 9. So Trump, like I said, Trump admin says training has begun for drone strikes, ground troop deployments against cartels in Mexico. Now, will that be in conjunction with the strikes in Venezuela? It's possible, right? So catch them all off guard. Take down all the cartels. And then you're going to have to do the same thing in the cities, because cities where all the cartel members are, and our big cities that are aligned with the Democrats, Newsom and Hochul, and you name the far left Democrat that's in some kind of political power. They're aligned with the cartels guys. That's why those cities are so violent. All right, so Ole Demigard, he's going to be on tonight. He returns 7 p.m. So we're going to have a show together. Probably more truth bombs, more deep insights and revelations. He's got a new song. We're going to play it, and so another song, and so it's going to be fun. All right, so 7 o'clock. That's about 2 hours from now. Lots. I have 2 ferrets. Grace, good job. All right, guys. Lots of love. Stay in the love vibration, and we'll see you guys next time. Even though it was blue up around the big city, Washington D.C., Virginia side, there was so much red, it didn't make a difference. Now it's basically looks like it might turn. Going through, Nicholas Benyamin and I had a very interesting show earlier when we talked about that. It's almost like a splitting of these different paradigms. You have people that are low frequency that are going to vote for Mamdani, and that's going to destroy New York if that happens, which is looking like it will. Will the same thing happen in Virginia? Will it happen in New Jersey? Where the two governors? We'll see. So In California, they're going to be voting on, I think, Proposition 10, which will give them the ability to redistrict and take out more Republican seats. California is already ridiculously Democrat, and they're going to make it even more Democrat. Haven't enough people left, California yet. I guess it'll be the same situation. People are just going to leave California, disregard, won't visit, won't buy products from these different states. If you live in those states, I feel for you. You could do what Oregon's doing and, have counties that have voted to basically secede from Oregon and join Idaho. So that could happen, I guess, throughout California. I think maybe Northern California can join in to the different counties that are seceding and joining Idaho. So we may see that blue states basically get smaller and red states get bigger, and then a complete ostracization of these different cities. We've talked about this. Maybe even build walls around them. Escape from New York, escape from LA. So I don't understand. But that's the consciousness that we're living in right now. A lot of people have been compromised by education system, by the political system, news system, which are all basically have leaned very negative. So that's a state that we live in, and a state of consciousness that we live in. And if we continue down that road of lower consciousness for some of these cities and states and so forth, then they'll collapse. They'll collapse in on themselves. And maybe even, like some people have said, there's going to be a big solar flash, and then, the earth splits. Consciousness for low consciousness people. You want your food that's basically manufactured, right, with bugs, and you want all the injections to keep you safe. You want surveillance on everything, everywhere, complete control, chips inside you, and so some people want that. And like New Yorkers and Californians and Portlanders, and so that's kind of the way things are moving. Chicagans, you Chicagans, your cities are like not looking so good, right? So that's what we're looking at. So let's look at the some of the conversations that people are having. Like I said, is it going to be? So a lot of us think that there's no way that people are going to keep voting for Democrats, but I think we're going to find out tomorrow if that's real or not.
Republican win in New Jersey. That's what we're all really going to be looking at right now. But having a shutdown, the economy wobbly, people not feeling better days are here to come doesn't bode well for the party in office, which is Republicans right now.
So how big of a disappointment would it be to Democrats if they're not successful tomorrow?
That's the key question, I think. It'd be devastating. If the Democrats, after all of the shenanigans and norm breaking of Donald Trump we're even debating whether his tariff policy is legal or not with the Supreme Court on Wednesday. If the Democrats can't hold on to Virginia and particularly New Jersey's governorships, then it tells you that it's not just red and blue like we used to think, that the Republican Party's making big gains in a place like New Jersey, which should be a stronghold for the Democrats at this point, but it's not clear whether it is or not. So those are the two to watch. Democrats win both of those, they get momentum out of it. Suddenly, they have two new governor stars on the TV shows out there talking. They'll have a new mayor of New York who will be controversial, but will appease, if you like, the progressive wing of the Democratic Party. And they could start looking to unify for 2026 to really put some numbers on Trump and the Republicans and the Democrats reclaim Congress. That's the plan. But all roads lead through Virginia and New Jersey, in my mind.
So much of what
So President Trump will be in both of those states promoting the two governor candidates. We'll see how that works out. So
Exactly a year after he returned to the White House, U.S. President Donald Trump and the Republicans will face their first major electoral test on November 4th. Voters across 4 states, New Jersey, Virginia, California, and New York City, will head to cast their ballots, while New Jersey and Virginia will vote for their next governor. New York City will vote to elect their next mayor, and voters in California will take a call on redrawing the state's electoral map. While Trump himself is not on the ballot, Democrats and Republicans are still talking about him and his MAGA policies, making these elections a mini referendum for Trump and perhaps.
all right, so it's going to be a referendum for Trump and team. If they don't do well, if the Democrats have some kind of landslide victories, which they have been able to do because they've been manipulating the polls, the polls look like they're going to win. If they do win at the ballot, which they've also been able to manipulate, then we're going to see some problems, right? And I don't know when that works out or how long that goes forward. But I saw this, shared it on the show that I did with Nicholas. There was this one woman that said that President Trump passed a bill, big, beautiful bill, that basically gave him funding for the next 4 years. And so he doesn't need Congress anymore. So Congress can stay shut and not go back to work for the next 4 years. He's got the money he needs. So it just keeps things going. But what will that look like at the ballots? If the stock market crashes, which it will, probably before the 2026 election, at some point, it's going to be there's definitely going to be a pullback tomorrow, potentially significant, and then into the rest of the week, and then maybe it'll recover. But we're going to see a lot of discontent, and if President Trump, is basically going to war in Venezuela, which is coming, he's not supporting NATO anymore, that's the way it is. If he's not doing the things of the old guard, they're going to continue to attack him and make him look bad. Bad Trump. So Democrats aren't going to be able to change that. Was 125 and maybe a little bit higher, because that's it's probably going